This guy joins us on Fridays, and he joins on a rainbow. That's how he arrives. You can read him in the Marina Times. He's the culture blaster, Michael Snyder, everyone.
Hey there, Michael.
Hey, hi, guys. Time for Mike's Madness, if you know what I mean. I think you do. Hey, it's opening day, the promise of the spring, filled with the joy of the Giants kicking off their season against the Marlins down at Oracle Park. The smell of the grass, the crack of the bat. By the way, if you encounter the smell of the crack, you're in the wrong place.
Come on, Michael Snyder, everybody.
You're probably in the Tenderloin. It's south of Market where you want to go. I'm excited about the Giants this season. You know, I really am. 107 victories last year, and I know Buster's gone, but we finally bring up Joey Bart for more than a drink of water. He's going to be catching behind the plate today, and we have a terrific pitching staff, Mark.
Yeah. How about we have a Dodger, ex-Dodger, who's playing now?
This is interesting. Jock Peterson is going to be in the outfield, and he hits for power, and I guess Farhan Zaidi knows him from the Dodger organization, where he won a fake championship when the when the Dodgers won that asterisk year World Series.
That was the shortened season for those who don't.
It's not a real champ. And then he came back the following season, ended up on the Atlanta Braves, won another ring. So I think I'm happy that he's on board. He is a Bay Area kid, so I'm excited about that.
Very, very cool. Yeah. So it's going to be an exciting season. Michael and I used to go to the Giants games regularly, and I hope we'll do that a little bit this year, too.
That would be fantastic. And speaking of fantastic,
yes, sir.
Oh my God, we got movies to review.
Oh my God!
Oh my God! Go ahead.
Leading off with the latest of the Fantastic Beasts movies. So best-selling author and transphobe J.K. Rowling is plowing ahead with her Harry Potter prequel series, Fantastic Beasts, set in the roaring late 1920s and built around the escapades of Newt Scamander, an expert on magical fauna. Hey, speaking of Fantastic Beasts, this is quite the cash cow for J.K. Rowling. She continues to crank these things out. Anyway, Newt and his pals are trying to keep the peace as the world, whether the normal world or the wizarding world, is beset by evil human-hating mage Grindelwald. By the way, Rowling didn't take too kindly to my suggestion for a sequel, Harry Pothead and the Half-Smoked Bong. That did not fly for some reason.
No, don't you dare give that applause, please, Chris.
Okay, listen.
Go ahead, yes.
So Fantastic Beasts, The Secrets of Dumbledore, co-scripted by Rowling and directed by Potter movie vet David Yates, is the third film in the current series, and as suggested by the title, covers some of the earlier days and struggles of Albus Dumbledore, the headmaster who would oversee the Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry for so long that he would still be in charge during the 1990s when Harry Potter and his pals attended. Many of the actors from the earlier Beasts movies are back, especially Eddie Redmayne as Newt and Jude Law as the younger Dumbledore, meaning without the white whiskers, pointy hat, and giant cape or robe or whatever he eventually wears as he swans around Hogwarts in those Harry Potter movies. Yeah. Dan Fogler plays the pudgy, good-natured, non-magical New York City baker Jacob Kowalski, and Allison Sudol, a singer and songwriter from A Fine Frenzy and a good actress, plays Queenie, the sassy witch that Jacob loves and may lose. They're back, as is Ezra Miller as the bad boy wizard, but Johnny Depp as the big villain, Grindelwald, the guy who was at the center of all the conflict that drives this muddled series of movies, has been magically turned into the great Danish actor Mads Mikkelsen. I think there was an incantation. I think it was me tuicus domesticus abusus.
Michael, please.
And then Johnny was turned into...
Johnny was in that. Yeah. But let me... So you're saying he's not in the movie Depp, but...
No, Mads Mikkelsen plays the character. Okay. They don't say much about it being an entirely different actor. Magic. Anyway, Depp was booted from the series. That said, Mikkelsen, whose Grindelwald may even be creepier than Depp's, is very good, as are Redmayne and Law and most of the rest of the cast. But like the other Fantastic Beasts movies, this is so cluttered with convoluted journeys, backstory info dumps, general filigree and special effects that any emotional weight to the characters and their relationships feels lost in the morass. Okay, I kind of liked it. I think it's a bit better than the previous two movies in the series, but I would have cared even less about the characters had I not endured parts 1 and 2. I wouldn't call that a ringing endorsement.
No, it doesn't sound like it.
The latest Fantastic Beasts is in theaters this weekend.
By the way, we got a text. I don't mean to drag you into the morass, to use your word, which I think is a ding word. But
Thank you.
in the that is the critical audience here in the Mark Thompson Show. They're always lying in wait, you know.
Animals.
And the 707 says that she is not a transphobe. WTF.
Okay.
It was just a slight reference you made to the fact that
she questions the validity of
the trans
identity.
Yeah, trans identity. So I'll let you and the 707 fight that out separately.
Moving right along.
Let's move on to Ambulance.
Ambulance is mid-range Michael Bay. He directed it, and wow, there isn't a giant robot in sight, let alone an asteroid heading for Earth. Instead, we have an American remake of a leaner, better 2005 Danish film about two brothers who commit a robbery to pay their sick mother's medical bills, steal an ambulance to get away from the cops, and then struggle with moral choices when innocent lives are at stake. That's the Danish version. In Bay's Ambulance, the brothers are Los Angelinos, a shady white criminal played by Jake Gyllenhaal, and his black adopted brother, an impoverished military vet played by Yahya Abdul-Mateen II. Mateen, excuse me. He was in the recent Candyman remake. Anyway, the white guy is just a crook. The black guy is a decent sort who needs money for his wife's medical bills, is getting a runaround from the VA. Hey, get that. And his insurance company. It ain't going well. Thus, he's convinced to risk it all to participate in his brother's multi-million-dollar robbery. As in the Danish movie, complications lead to a stolen ambulance with innocent lives at stake. But, of course, the story here is much more hyped up than the original. Throw in the sun-bleached glass and steel Los Angeles setting with, like, freeways and crowded streets for, here you go, multiple car chases, crashes, and explosions. It's Michael Bay. While Bay's cameras are swirling and spinning and flipping over, you can see where this is going for 2 hours and 16 minutes. It was exhausting and obvious. I mean, literally.
Did you feel like you needed an ambulance?
Halfway,
come on.
No, halfway through, I would have actually enjoyed a couple giant robots, maybe playing baseball with a runaway asteroid. That would have, anyway, Ambulance is in theaters, and no, it's not based on a true story, Brett.
No, my God, Brett,
stop picking on Brett.
All right, no, I got to stop. Okay, Riley Stearns is the filmmaker behind the idiosyncratic dark comedy, The Art of Self-Defense, which featured Jesse Eisenberg as a wimp who decides to attend martial arts classes at a dojo after he's beaten up on the street. I mean, I found it pretty hilarious, but I guess the chance to see Eisenberg humiliated on screen is a pleasure for many. Anyhow, Stearns is back with Duel, D-U-A-L, a strange and absorbing mix of his usual bleakly comic sensibilities and some science fiction clone business. Karen Gillan, Nebula in Guardians of the Galaxy, Amy Pond from Doctor Who. She plays Sarah, a basic young woman who is told she has a terminal disease. But in this nearish future, there is okay, get this, 1 hour cloning service. I don't know, is it Polaroid cloning? I don't know. Anyway, it allows the dying to gift their loved ones with a duplicate of themselves. And then the clones need to be kind of taught how to behave like the originals. And that could be in a very limited time. But Sarah unexpectedly and fully recovers after already commissioning a clone.
Oh,
and the law stipulates this town ain't big enough for the both of them.
Wow, so they have to duel it out. That's why it's called Duel.
Yeah, there's a reason.
It's a wild idea, but it just might work.
You're a damn genius. It's spelled D-U-A-L as in two. But, of course, it rhymes with duel as in battle.
It's a play on the word duel, isn't it?
Oh, it is.
Oh, my God, it's great.
Anyway.
Did you like this movie?
Gillan is a treat in the dual role, and she has a very good scene partner in Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad, etc., who plays the trainer she hires when she has to reclaim her life and doesn't want to die during the duel. Anyway.
Is it a cage match? How do the two settle it?
It's like the fights. There's one at the very beginning.
It's a trivia contest, maybe?
No, I wish. It's set up on some sort of like sporting green, and you have a series of weapons. You choose your weapon, and you go at your duplicate. Anyway,
that's exactly how I would have done it.
This is the sort of quirky movie I thoroughly enjoy. Duel is in theaters for now, but coming to streaming in May.
Yes, I'd like the Duel right there on Chrissy's Field. I want to duel out.
It looks like Chrissy Field when they did it.
Yeah.
Anyway, All the Old Knives is a diverting spy movie that may not be as thrilling and kinetic as some, but has the advantage of a very interesting mystery at its core and a couple of terrific leads. Chris Pine and Tandaway Newton, you know her from lots of stuff like Westworld. Anyway, Chris Pine is a CIA guy in Vienna who is tasked with finding a mole responsible for undermining an anti-terrorist operation that resulted in over 100 innocent people dying a number of years ago. So the agent's investigation leads him to, of all places, Carmel, California, where his ex-lover and former associate in the CIA, played by Newton, is now living with her husband and offspring. It isn't particularly memorable by comparison to some similarly themed movies, but All the Old Knives uses its flashbacks and interview sequences to good effect, slowly filling in the gaps and eventually revealing the truth of events. And hey, come on, it's Chris Pine and Tandaway Newton with the addition of brief turns by Lawrence Fishburne and Jonathan Pryce. It ain't bad. It's in theaters, and it's on Amazon Prime.
And a lot of it's shot in Carmel, I guess.
Well, it looked that way, but it could have been, I don't know, green screen.
Right. That's true.
I'm not really sure.
We have no time left. You want to get...
you know what? Let me wait. I just want to say Moon Knight on Disney Plus.
Because we got texts about that last week.
Has been such a treat. Oscar Isaac plays the first truly psychologically damaged superhero in Marvel or DC terms. Even Deadpool, who's completely nuts, is not like this. This is a clinical case of fractured personality, multiple personalities that Oscar Isaac plays. And he's embodied with the power of Khonshu, who is an Egyptian god, and he must fight against the cult leader played by Ethan Hawke. And I've enjoyed the hell out of it so far.
Man.
Moon Knight, part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but you don't need to have seen any of the movies that preceded.
It was great. I loved it.
All right, again, All the Old Knives. Hyperkinetic. You used kinetic, which is, I think, a ding word.
No, it's not hyperkinetic, but you heard the buzzword and jumped on it.
I heard kinetic. How did you use it?
There's a lot of chatting, but it's really pretty fascinating.
Okay, but you used the word kinetic.
Well, I said it wasn't hyperkinetic.
Oh, it wasn't hyperkinetic. Yeah. You're out. Sorry.
Wasn't. I know.
Anti-terrorist operation, Chris Pine, Tandaway Newton. You liked it. It's in theaters.
I like it. Not great, but I liked it.
Yeah. Duel, which is the duplicate cells, DUAL, but then it turns into the other duel.
DUEL.
Yeah. Ambulance, AMBULANCE.
I walked out of there going, ambulance.
Yeah, Michael Bay movie, a lot of L.A. stuff, car chases, sort of obnoxious maybe a little bit. Yeah, and Fantastic Beasts, The Secret of Dumbledore. A bit convoluted, characters lost along the way, but you still thought it was okay.
Yeah, it was a Dumbledore. Come on.
All right. It's opening day, and he managed to stop through before the Giants game.
Woo! Oracle Park, here I come.
He is found on social media as the Culture Blaster. He can be found on Polk Street there at the Royal Ground doing his columns from the Marina Times. He joins us and leaves on a rainbow. Bye-bye, Michael.
See you, Michael.